Hey fans, people in space, it's me, Sam, back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review, and this time we're doing issue number 91, the U.S.S. Saratoga NCC-31911, as seen in the episode Emissary. And as per usual, we get the glossy magazine, and we get the ship itself. And I can get it off the stand, there we go, the ship itself, but more on that in a wee while, because I've got a lot to talk about this ship. So anyway, we have the specification, register number NCC-31911, class Miranda, launched 24th century, possibly even earlier than that, destroyer 2367, length 243 metres, crew 200 approximately, speed at 9.2, warp 9.2, weaponry 6 phaser emitters, 2 torpedo launchers. Captain Martin Jedlicka. Because that's wrong, because we see a Vulcan in command of the Saratoga. Then we get a really nice shot of the ship itself, which is really cool. There's the Vulcan himself, unnamed in the episode, but played by J.G. Hertzler, who, of course, went on to play Martok. According to the Starship deployment chart, as seen in the courtroom of Starbase 173 in 2365, the Saratoga was captained by Martin Jenkira. While on a mission of exploration in Sector 002, by 2367, a Vulcan captain had taken over the command of the ship, while Lieutenant Commander Ben Sisko was first officer. Well, there you go, that explains it then. And then we've got a lovely CG image of the ship there, which is really cool. Yeah, it's a different one from the front, yeah. It's really cool. And then it's showing you different crew members and the Battle of Wolf 359 there. We've got this Bolian dude, we've got Jennifer Sisko, and then we've got Benjamin Sisko himself. Following the Battle of Wolf 359 and the death of his wife, Jennifer Sisko, Sisko took up a posting on Utopia Planitia fleet yards on Mars. Emotionally devastated, Sisko poured his energy into helping design a prototype, U.S.S. Defiant. Design flaw emerged and the project was halted, leaving them on the verge of resigning. It was then that one of his former commanding officers, I can't talk and I can't read anymore, Captain Layton, recommended him for a command position aboard Deep Space Nine. And the rest is history. Then we get the topographical view, text specs, pretty nice. U.S.S. Saratoga NCC-31911 was not the first Miranda-class vessel to bear this name. In 2286, the U.S.S. Saratoga NCC-1887 was patrolling near the neutral zone when it encountered the whale probe on a direct course for Earth. The crew attempted to make contact, but it was neutralised by the probe, which was transmitting an amplification wave of enormous power. So there you go. Close neighbour, Wolf 359 is a primary star in the Wolf system. In reality, it's located in the constellation Leo, which is referenced in Star Trek First Contact. When Lily Sloan looks up and he goes, "What's that?" And Zefram Cochrane looks up and he goes, "That's the constellation Leo," which is making a reference to Wolf 359. In reality, this star is located in the constellation Leo, approximately 7.8 light years from Earth, and it's one of the nearest stars to the Sun. Bully name. The name of the Saratoga's Bolian tactical officer was never given on screen. His name was revealed as Harnock, in the novelisation of Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode The Emissary. Margelle Barrett, the actress who plays Nurse Chapel in the original series and wife of Gene Roddenberry, recorded the lines said by the Saratoga's computer voice, as she'd done previously for the Enterprise D, the Runabouts, the Defiant, Voyager, and the Booby Prize. And then filming the Saratoga, and it's showing you using the same model as the Reliant from Star Trek 2, which is no bad thing. Showing it as the Lantry there, relabeled as the Britain, and register number. You can see it's got the roll bar there. But the reason for the taking the roll bar off was because the electronics in the roll bar had degraded so much, and they were quite primitive. They just took the roll bar off, started repairing them. But then you see him again later as CG models. And then we've got the evolution of Benjamin Sisko, going from season 1 and 2 and 3 to season 4 and 5, and then 5 till 7. Yes, Captain Benjamin Lafayette Sisko. It's quite a nice read, actually. Executive producer Ira Stephen Bear discussed how Benjamin Sisko changed over the course of the show, arguing that he developed and involved more than any other major character in Star Trek and the history of Star Trek. It's true, because Sisko is very much, when he gets to Deep Space Nine, he's very much, don't want to be, I want to be anywhere else but here, I've got no, what am I doing, I'm going to leave, all the rest of it, and then the situation occurs where he falls in love with the area, and I mean, it's cliched, but he falls in love with Bajor and the Bajorans, and doesn't want to be seen as the emissary at the start, but you can see him growing into the role, and he quite enjoys it and stuff. And then it's showing you all various, from meeting his friend Carl Hudson, who joined the Maquis, to, the Defiant, meeting Kai, at that point she's Vedic Wynn, who's not a nice person, no. And then more episodes as well. Then we got on screen. First appearance, Emissary. And it was designed by Joe Jennings, Mike Marner and Lee Cole. Although it does primarily appear in Emissary, you do see it on Captain Sisko's desk throughout the series. Trivia. A scene that was cut from the teaser of the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode Emissary had Sisko notifying the captain of the Gauge, the Kyushu and the Melbourne, picture below, had been ordered into battle against the Borg by Admiral Hansen. Commander Riker had been offered the command of the Melbourne in the Next Generation episode Best of Both Worlds, but he turned it down. The Gauge was a new reference that was later recorded in the Star Trek Encyclopedia by Mike and Denise Okuda. Like I said earlier, J.G. Hertzler played the Vulcan captain of the Saratoga, credited under the name John Noah Hertzler. But of course he was much better known as playing the Klingon General Martok. He also played as Changeling Lass in Deep Space Nine episode Chimera. Jennifer Sisko appeared aboard the Saratoga. Marks the first time that families had seen aboard Miranda-class ships. Up to that point, families had only been on Galaxy-class ships like the U.S.S. Enterprise 1701D. Then we get a top view of the ship on the back, which is really cool. So, onto the ship itself. Now, here we are. Quite a nice model, However, mine turned up not damaged, but not assembled correctly. I'm going to go through them first. Firstly, you'll notice there's a gap in the saucer section there, which I'm not really happy about. The centre pods, one's pointing slightly down, the other one is pointing slightly up. And you'll notice here, this nacelle is not aligned, it's not glued in properly. And I think that's what's causing the gap in the saucer there. Because it's not, it seems to be on straight that way, but it's just not aligned properly, which I'm really annoyed about. But I contacted Eagle Moss, and they're sending me a replacement, which is good. But other than that, it's quite a nice model. Although it's not as good as the Reliant, but it's quite a nice model. I have the Reliant here. Firstly, you'll notice that the Reliant has clear plastic in the nacelles. This one doesn't, these are painted. Of course, the roll bar's missing, but then it was in the episode anyway. You'll also notice that the Saratoga is bigger than the Reliant. It's a few inches, it's a few centimetres bigger. Saucer section's wider, which is fine, but the details are all different. I'd rather have just had reskinned this one, because I think this is a better model, to be perfectly honest. Because of there's some nice detail moulded into this mould as well. We've got all this detail on the bottom, but notice this section here and these. These were modified in the episode anyway, I think, but they're just different compared to this one. So these ones here with the two dots in, they're in a different place. And you've got a different sensor dome there. But then again, these are modifications that could have taken place over the course of the next century. But yeah, I don't know why they've done that. I don't know why they went to remould this when they could have just reused this, which would then have been an accurate remould because that's what they did in the show. Yeah, I thought there was something a bit odd as well. The font, however, on the saucer there is the same size as that one, and I thought it looked a bit odd. They need to scale that up a bit. Yeah, because this is the new stand. I thought, oh great, because I'm getting a replacement, I could use this stand for the Reliant, but it doesn't fit, you know, so I'm a bit knocked off, shall we say. But I'm not talking about the Reliant, I'm talking about this one. I'm just using that for, you know, visual differences. One other thing I never noticed before as well, you can see around the outside of the back end of the saucer here, these have been clamped on, you know, as part of when they were modifying the class. They obviously put these sensor pods on there as well, and they added these extra armatures, and you can see there that been riveted on, whereas they are not present on this one, which is where these would be. But you can see there on the edge of the back of the saucer there that those rivet lines aren't there. So it's obviously something that they added later when they were designing the Saratoga, which is a really cool idea. But like I say, I've got no real problem with it, no real issue with it. But it's just that, you know, it'd have been nice if they just reused this mould, even though that is a slightly bigger model. They did the same thing when they did the Excelsior over the Enterprise B. I thought they were just going to modify it like they did in you know, the canon of the show. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put them and align them like that. Yeah, you can see. I'll put them sort of more or less sort of resting on the, you know, where the nacelles would naturally end on each one. You can see that the Saratoga is bigger. I'll put that over there like that so you can line it up properly. And you can see that it's a slightly bigger model. So it just doesn't quite fit, you know. It'd be nice to have two same, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. And it's just... This particular model is a bit of a disappointment in that respect. I'm not talking about the fact that mine came damaged, although that is irritating. But it's just the fact that they could have just reused the mould for this one, like they did in the show, you know. But you know, it is what it is, and it does come with a stand, of course, and it says Saratoga, and it does fit on rather nicely onto the stand, to be fair, compared to the stand for the Reliant. So I mean, if you're cherry picking, and you want Deep Space Nine ships or Federation ships, or I'd say pick it up if you, but only if you're completionist like me, who wants everything. And one thing has annoyed me as well is that the shuttles, the money off has expired, the coupon has expired, which has pissed me off because I can't really afford them at the moment. Because £70 is a lot of money for 4 shuttlecraft. 50 is just about what I want to spend, but I am a little bit knocked off. Well, if Vodafone had happened, I'd have bought them. But because of their ineptitude, I have now...
All systems are functioning within normal parameters.
Shut up. I am now in the position where I can't afford them at present, so maybe they'll go down, but rest assured, when I can get them at a good price, I will get them, and I will review them, because I do want the shuttles, because Shuttle Pod 1 is the one I'm waiting for most. Just put that back on there before I fucking drop it. Stay. So yeah, so that's me. That's the Saratoga, and I will catch you all later. Bye for now. Oh yeah, don't forget to, I keep forgetting this, but don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video. Give me a big thumbs up, and if you really enjoy my videos, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you'll be instantly transported to my channel. It'll tell you what's new, what's hot and what's not. And so yeah, so like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.